Hey everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late. You know, the bells and whistles. I got to get everything going. So just give me a minute while I set a couple things up. I'm here. Hi. All right. My niece is here with me today, Amanda.
Good morning.
She's not going to be on camera because she says, you know, she's not camera ready.
No.
But you'll be able to hear her voice. And happy Mother's Day to everyone. Welcome to the Indigo Room. I'm just going to open up the chat so you can join us on Google. And let's see where it is. Let me just get that open up. Sorry. You know, she did a surprise visit on me. My niece never comes over to visit me, ever.
I promise I don't want anything. I was just coming
Ever.
by.
Ever. But I am so happy that she's here with me today. I almost shut the show down because I was like, my niece is coming over. I almost shut the show down for real. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me open up the chat. Hey, gang, I'm here in the chat. I'm going to give you the link. All right. Hold on a momento. And then you'll be able to join us in the chat, in the Google chat if you want. You don't have to, but, you know, it would be nice if you did. Okay, here it is. All right, there it is. There it is. Rain said she'll be here tomorrow. Love you. Oh, that was yesterday. So happy Mother's Day to everyone. Let's just see if we are broadcasting the way we're supposed to be over here on YouTubes, on the YouTubes. Let me go to the watch page. Okay. Whew. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. Now, the other thing I'm trying to do while I'm still here talking to you. We go to the. Okay, let me turn this to the watch page. Okay. Whew. I didn't think I was good. Okay. Yay! Everything's good. Everything's good. Well, it is Mother's Day, and today is Sunday, May 12th. And hi, Barb. Hi, Wanda. Yay. Good to see you guys. And I want to say happy Mother's Day to you all. And my niece is lighting the sage for me right now. Thank you, Amanda.
No problem.
Everybody say hello to Amanda. She's going to say hello again.
Good morning.
So here's some sage for you. I'm going to sage myself. I'm going to sage her.
I do the same things.
Yeah. We need this for the week, yo. I'm going to give you a piece of wood today to take home. I can't give you the sage, but I have some loose sage that you can take home.
And I can do it myself?
Yes, okay. You can do it yourself. But it's very healing, so let me just give you all some sage.
I'm going to use it in my office.
Here you go, Wanda. Here you go, Barb. Okay. I'm going to put this. Can you put, oh, here's, we'll put it in the jar right here. And we'll just let it burn. You did yourself?
Yep.
All right.
Sure did.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait, but I didn't do it with intention.
Do it with intention. Do it with intention. Hi, Barb. Hi, Wanda. Okay. So if you want to join us in the chat, the Google chat, I will put the link up here. You can just click the link and join us there. If you want to get in, if you want to talk, if you have something that you want to share today, let me just try to get in the shot because, you know, the camera's got me all on the end. Woo! All right. Let's see if that worked. I don't know. There we go. There you have my face. Okay, so today's topic is, well, the question of the day is racism, I don't know if you can see it on the board, is racism affecting your spirituality? That's what the topic is. That's the question of the day. It's not necessarily the topic because we can talk about anything that you want to talk about, but that's my question to you all today. Is racism affecting your spirituality? And I have to say for myself that I've had some interesting experiences over the course of the years. And lately it seems to be, I don't want to say increasing, because I don't want to give it that energy, but there has been some things that I've noticed. And if you want to talk about that today, I do want to talk about it, and what we can do to alleviate that in our own experience, alleviate that in our own reality. I'm not sure if you can totally remove it. I'd like to believe that we could. That's my hope, and that's my desire, and that's my wish, to live in a world, where racism is nothing. It doesn't exist. However, in the reality that we are in 3D, kind of here. So we're going to talk about that today. And for those of you that are new to the Indigo Room, I'm Sydney Chase. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of my new subscribers who subscribed to the Indigo Room. And welcome to all of you who have been here with me, all my day ones that have been with me since 2007 and on. I also want to remind you all to hit the thumbs up button, comment, subscribe to the Indigo Room, hit the bell for notifications. You can join us on the Indigo Room, on the Indigo Room show on Instagram. You can follow us there. You can follow us on Facebook, and it's the Indigo Room Creating Our Reality. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm Sydney Chase. You can follow me on Instagram, on all these social medias. Our email is theindigoroom2@gmail.com. And you can email us there if you want to share some information that you have. Heather is joining us. She's joining us in the video today. Hi, Barb. Let me just unmute her so she can say hello. Oops. Hold on. Oh, she went away. She left the video, but when she comes back, we'll add her in. And again, if you want to join us in the video, you want to join us over through Google Chats, you can do that through our Google Hangouts.
Hello.
Hi, Barb.
Did I do it? No.
Yes, you did.
I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out what I was doing on my PC. I think I know how now.
It's good to see your face. You look beautiful this new day, this good rising. Good rising.
Good rising to you.
I'm so happy that you joined us here today.
Me too. This is fun. I learned something new.
You learned something new this week.
Right.
Last Sunday, we got you all ready?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you too. Happy Mother's Day to you too. I'm going to put you on mute for just 1 minute, and then we'll get started. Hold on. Let me get the cameraman open. Oh, wrong. Hit the wrong button. All right. So I'm going to just put Barb on mute for a minute. Okay, so if anybody else wants to join us, you're more than welcome to do that. And this show that we do on Sundays is very relaxed. We have no agenda. You can talk about anything, relationships, sex, weight, healthy eating. Amanda said, what? I'm trying to get my niece to do a little bit of a healthy eating. She's not feeling it. I gave her some of my smoothie today.
I immediately tasted the ginger.
She tasted the ginger. She tasted the ginger and almost had a stroke. I was like, what is wrong with you? She took a little tiny sip. It was just a little tiny. I mean, it was like she didn't even like swallow the whole thing. She just took a little tiny sip and she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. My mouth is on fire.
My body was like, what is this foreign substance?
Her body reacted to something natural.
Somebody said, we don't know what this is.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go live as well on Instagram. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if this works, and I'm gonna bring some of our Instagram folks in. Okay, I'm gonna go live. I'm going live. I'm going live, y'all. It says I'm live now. So we are. Let's see if I can. This is my first live on Instagram. Okay, so we're live on Instagram as well as live on Facebook. I mean, I'm going to try to do Facebook too, but we're live on Instagram and we're live on Google. So if you follow us on Instagram, oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong one. Okay, let me end it. No, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to leave it there for today. And then next time we'll go live on the Indigo Room Instagram, because right now I'm live on my Instagram. Okay, so I messed that up, but I'll get it together. Hi, Rain. Rain is in the house, so let me add her into the chat. Hi, Rain. Let me see. Hi. Hi. Good rising.
Same to you, my dear. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too, because I know you're an auntie, and you got your nieces and your nephews and all that, and you're a wonderful mom to a lot of people and your pets.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Yes. So I'm glad that you're here, and I want to send you so much love, and I want to send you so much love because I know that you recently had a death in your family. So
yes,
I know how that is, and I'm sending you love, and I love you very much. So
thank you. I love you back, sister.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so we are live on Instagram. First time ever. Okay, so Rain, I'm going to mute you for a minute too, and then I'll let you guys. We'll just talk in a minute. So I want to. Why is this not muting? Okay, I want to just wait and see. Oh, my niece just put me on Instagram.
Oh, why? You just saw it?
I just saw it come up on your phone. Okay, so today's topic is, again, the question is racism affecting your spirituality? And that's the topic. That's the question of the day. It's not necessarily the topic of the day. If we want to talk about something else, we can. But again, I want to also see if we can do a live on Facebook at the same time. So I'm going to try that. Oops. I'm going to try that. I'm trying a whole lot of different things today. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go and...
I don't think racism affects me.
Okay, so let me open this up while I'm trying to go live on Facebook. I'm going to let you all talk. All right. Here we go. All right. So, Barb,
Yes.
what's going on with you?
Okay. Well, Mother's Day with no children. I'm a childless mother in a way. My daughter did send me a message from Ohio where she lives. My son lives a couple miles away, but we haven't been talking for a while. So that's sad, but then that's the way it is. My granddaughter has a daughter, which makes me a great grandma. She's 5 and she's pregnant, and they just found out another girl. So that's all good news.
Oh, congratulations.
But with the topic being racism, obviously being white, it sounds like, well, I wouldn't have any problem that way. But I do, because it all affects me too. I never understood and still don't, and trying to figure out what makes people racist, what makes people not like people because they're Black, because they're Indian, because they're darker. I've got a Black grandson. My granddaughter was talking about is Vietnamese, Chinese, Italian, all the white stuff that we are a mixture of. And her little daughter has all that. Plus she's Native American and Jamaican Black. And I love it because I say you're a small world after all. These kids got everything. And I don't know. Anyway, I can just give my perspective. My own personal perspective is that it just should be gone. I don't understand why it's there in the first place, but it should be gone, especially by now. And there's improvements, but yeah. So I'm always trying to learn too, and I'm trying to see where I can do more, think differently myself somehow. What am I doing to help or not help, or just keep it the same? So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, thank you for sharing that, because you have a little village of people in your family.
Sure do.
You have a plethora of different races in your family, and I'm curious, as someone who is a white woman, and do you see what happens sometimes to your grandchildren who experience racism?
Yeah, a little. I mean, they're young yet. Well, my grandson is 17.
Right.
I don't see him as much as I'd like to. He's a very talented person, musician. In fact, he just a year or so ago began as a member of the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, and you have to be good to get in there. Anyway, so bragging a little bit, but he plays rock and roll in his band, and but that's my white son's child,
Right.
But I'm sure he experiences some racism that I don't know about, that I haven't been told about. But he goes now to a high school. He's away from some family that was involved in his elementary school. So he's 17, so he can think better for himself now and see the real world for himself more, that he's out there more. And I just hope the best for him. I mean, at this point, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of communication, which I wish I did. My granddaughter, people think she's Spanish because she's such a mixture that she looks more Spanish than Vietnamese or Asian, I guess. But I used to take her to the radio station with me a lot when I had her for visits. And there was a lot of racism at that station. It was ridiculous. But there was one guy, most of the people were real good to her and everything. Then it didn't affect her, at least not to our faces. But there's one guy that just hates everybody. I mean, he hates me. He's white. He just hated everybody. But he saw her for the first time and introduced, and he wouldn't even look at her. I think he thought she was Spanish, and he hates all Hispanics. Oh my God, they're the worst besides black people, maybe they're even worse. Who knows with this guy? A very hateful guy, and we got into it a few times, some big arguments. Anyway, he did finally leave the station by request from the new management, and that was good. But I thought, she's a child. She was like 6 maybe when I introduced her, and he was so rude. And then later, of course, I heard from other people what his problem was. And I know in school, the only thing she said in school was that everybody thought she was Spanish was, and she speaks Spanish. But kids are more accepting at that age, at least better than I remember growing up, when you didn't see many black people, And when you did, it was like, oh. For me, it was more of a curiosity, like,
right.
Oh. So, yeah, I don't know. And the littlest one, who's 5 now, well, I think everything's fine with her at this point, and she's just a doll. But so.
Well, I want to thank you for sharing that with us and sharing your experience. Okay, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh, I'm here.
Okay.
I was listening to you.
I want to thank you for sharing your experience with us, because I feel like it's important. I was reading an article this week, and this is the reason why I wanted to talk about that in the Indigo Room. I was reading an article this week, and I'm going to share it with you all, talking about, and it was from a white woman, and it was talking about racism in the spirituality community, and how it affected her. And I know how it affected me in the beginning. Now it's not so much that I have interactions with people who are racist, where spirituality, I feel like that is the one place we should all be safe, if that makes sense. I want to say hello to Duende1025, who joined us on Instagram, and Dr. Rajay, who joined us on Instagram. Hi, good morning, good rising to you. Thank you for joining us here. I'm doing 2 things at the same time, so I won't be able to interact with you in the chat, but because I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm streaming here. So this is our Good Rising chat, if you just joined us, and we're talking about the question of the day is racism affecting your spirituality. And I want to say hello to my niece Amanda, who also joined us, who's in my house. She's in my house today. So she also joined us here on the Indigo Room as well, because she came to visit me. I don't know if she came to visit me for Mother's Day, or you just was in. Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna say now.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna say.
I woke up this morning and totally forgot it was Mother's Day. Totally forgot.
So my niece is here, and my sister Susan is in the chat. So I want to welcome her as well. Okay, let's get this back up. Whoop. Sorry.
Hey, Auntie Susan.
There we go. And my sister Susan is here. She's also here today. And I want to say hello to, who also just joined us, Rising Curves. So good rising to Rising Curves.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
That's me.
that's Amanda.
Yeah.
She's everywhere. Okay. So Rising Curves is my niece. She's also everywhere. But I was just wanted to get everybody's feedback on how you might be experiencing racism in spirituality and in your spirituality communities. Like, does it affect how you deal with people also? I know when I see racism happen, when I see things happening, and not just to my race, not just to me, but to other races as well, I feel in a way, and I step in and I make it known that I'm not having it, and you're not going to do this on my watch. this is not what's going to happen, and I'm not feeling it, and I'm not going to allow it while I am in that experience, while I'm here having that experience with this person. I don't just, oftentimes I'm finding that a lot of people who are spiritual and they are doing law of attraction, bury their head in the sand and say, well, it must be what they're thinking. And, they brought it on themselves. And you know what? Racism is our thoughts, right? So when we do think about something or we focus on something, sometimes it doesn't happen right then, because manifestations take time, and we forget that we had a thought about something, or we were feeling wicky wacky about something, and boom, you run into an energy that is not cool with you and your skin, and you have a situation. That doesn't mean to me now, as a spiritual person who practices law of attraction, who practices the universal laws, that I'm going to now be quiet and not speak on it. Because when you're quiet and you don't speak on it, it continues. So that's my stance on being a spiritual being, having a human physical experience. That doesn't mean also that if I see somebody hungry, I'm going to say, bury my head in the sand and say, oh, their thoughts are wicky wacky. They're having wicky wacky thoughts about food, and not assist them with food in that moment. That's what I'm talking about when I say, is racism affecting your spirituality? For me, I do experience racism, not to the degree that many of my brothers and sisters on the planet have experienced it, but I've experienced it just being a Black woman, being a Black female, period. So I do want to address it and see what we can all do to change it, if we can. All right, so I want to, hi, Jackie Sinclair's joined us from the UK. And I know that, you guys have your own experiences as well, just like we do here in the United States. Let's see. Let me get over to Rain and see. Hey, Rain.
Hey there.
Okay, wait. I can't hear you. Ooh, let's see. Did you mute yourself?
So I don't even know how to do that.
Okay, we got you now.
I don't know how you're doing what you're doing. I don't even know how to mute myself.
Okay, well, we got you now. Now you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Thoughts about the topic today, the question of the day.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge question. It's interesting, like Barb, my family too is very diverse. And I often say that I have the privilege of appearing to be all one race. When people look at me, they see a Black woman.
Right.
But my grandmother, my Mima, as we called her, my mother's mother was German and Black. And so I hear and have heard when my grandfather was alive, who held all the stories of our family within him, that there's many other races within our family as well. that a lot of people didn't know about. And so ultimately, we all are a blend of something, of many things. We all are a blend. What's interesting when we talk about racism and spirituality within the race, most of my family is from South Carolina.
Mhm.
And, they have a dominant way of worship there. There's a Southern Baptist tradition that most of my older family was ingrained in. And I remember when I started practicing Buddhist chants, which I still love. I introduced them to my cousin who lives still in South Carolina. She never left South Carolina. We're the same age. We're like sisters. And when she started doing the Buddhist chants and started sharing what she was doing, she was really, really like criticized and ridiculed for involving herself in a form of spirituality that was not Southern Baptist.
Mm.
And she was called the devil worshiper and things like that, and was made to feel as if though, hi, honey, my my lovely landlady. Oh, oh my God. Oh,
What's
you
gonna
don't
happen
want to say hi to my spiritual friends?
I'm gonna put you on mute for a minute.
Stop it. Stop it.
I
Stop
just
it.
put you on mute for a minute because your dog is gonna make my crazy dog start barking, and her bark is humongous for a little dog. It is
Yeah, we
really,
can have a
really
dog
loud,
test.
and it's really, really
There.
annoying.
See,
So
Mike?
I just put you on mute for a minute, and okay. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back.
Thank you so much.
What was that? She said Happy Mother's Day?
Yeah, she that was my lovely
Okay.
landlady.
I can't hear you, Rain. I can't hear you right now. All right, let's see if we can hear you again.
Hi.
There you go. She said Happy Mother's Day, your friend? That was your landlady?
Yeah, yes, and friend. And she brought over a gift from from her dog Batman, who stays at our house.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And yeah, she's a beautiful person. Maybe she can join us one day because she's really vibing with the group here.
Oh, cool. We would love to have her. We just can't have her barking because then that sends Cleopatra into oblivion. She just loses it. That's why we had to mute you, because we heard the dog just like,
Yeah,
okay, all right. As soon as she hears the dog, she's gonna lose.
That was yeah. I'm a fur mom. That was one of our dogs named Dobby.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, tell her
yeah.
Happy Mother's Day as well to her as well.
Okay, I will share that. Thank you. But yeah, I was saying that my my cousin received a lot of ridicule about practicing Buddhism and doing the chanting with me because of the fact that within the community, within the Black community down there where she lives, it is almost forbidden, that you would be anything but Southern Baptist. And when she explained that to me, me being from Philadelphia, I didn't have that experience it wasn't, at least it wasn't in my face like that area, and I was allowed to be and do what I wanted to be and do, whereas she was called a devil worshiper and all of that stuff, and it was really like new to me and by it, and so within within the Black community itself, there is this idea, and I'm sure it goes throughout the country, right? It just in different ways, of how you should be practicing, what your spirituality should be like, depending on who you are, depending on the color of your skin. And now, of course, she feels more brave and more courageous in her spirituality itself after all these years. But it really did overtake her and bother her a lot when she first began to chant and share that with me, that, you know, people are calling me a devil worshiper because they don't understand what I'm doing. And I'm supposed to be doing something else. You know, I'm supposed to be praying to Jesus, and they know nothing really about what I'm doing or really what chanting really is.
Right.
Because you can also pray to Jesus and chant at the same time. Okay,
Right.
so but there was a lot of ignorance in the Black community down there about what she was doing. And I was fortunate enough to, you know, as I said, to not have that. I don't know what everybody was feeling that I came across, but it wasn't in my face. And certainly nobody tried to tell me what I couldn't do. You know, I was in a different environment in Philadelphia, you know. So, yeah, it's a big topic. And like Barb was saying, in general, that at this particular time, you know, it just should be gone. It just I always say this is so played out. Like, this is just so, you know, I mean, so 1950s. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but you know, um, it's interesting.
1800s. Never even.
Yeah, 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 exactly. You know, but
Okay, we lost you.
the
There you go.
the racism within the Black community itself when it comes to spirituality, you know, and I practice witchcraft, and so because I'm not around actually a lot of Black people, I don't get the backlash. However, I do feel isolated at times. And I do feel when I do come in contact with Black people who know that I practice witchcraft, they're always trying to convert me, you know, trying to, you know, save my little devilish soul. So, you know, so yeah, it is experienced. I have experienced it. And like I said, more so through my cousin, which I really, really felt for her at that time, because it was very painful for her to be told what she couldn't do because she was Black, you know. So yeah, it's a big topic, and I thank you for bringing it up. It's just huge, and it's funny looking like a black woman. I look like a black woman, and so to the world, that's all they see. But to have so much German and other ethnicities within my family, it's interesting when people say certain things around me. I'm like, I have to speak up. Because it would be like denying myself,
Right.
to deny them is like denying myself, and even if I weren't it coming from a family that was so diverse racially, I would still feel the need and do very easily speak up about it, because I can't stand it and I won't tolerate it, and that's just the way it is. So thank you for bringing the subject up.
Well, thank you for sharing. And yeah, it's been something that's been on my heart for a long time. And I also know that many people think that because you're spiritual, that you shouldn't be bringing up race at all, right? So
Yeah.
that is a little annoying to me, and it feels disingenuous, and it doesn't feel loving, and it doesn't feel kind, and it doesn't feel good. But I do understand what you were saying about what you practice, and and having that backlash in the Black community as well, because you practice something that is non-Christian, holy roller, saved and sanctified, you going to hell. And my family, again, was raised Jehovah's Witness. I think I've been on this spiritual journey for quite some time, for many years, and they were raised Jehovah's Witnesses, and holy and sanctified. I mean, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, but my mom was Pentecostal, holy and sanctified, and we have a lot of that in my family, and they don't get me, and that's okay. I get it, but I do feel isolated in that regard, because I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that doesn't have any sense. I'm my father and some of his friends used to call me the wackadoodle. It's okay, it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, so I did want to bring this topic up because I feel it's necessary. And there's a bigger issue to me, which is the how the another, not a bigger issue, additional issue, which is the white community accepting Black racism. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, fine, I have all kinds of people in my family. I think most Black people do. If you look at my niece right now, she does not look like, she's very, very fair skinned. She has long, beautiful, gorgeous hair. She's a gorgeous female. She is. But, she doesn't look like me with my, kinky curly hair, whatever. But in society, she's seen pretty much, that's it. Boom, she's a Black woman. And one of the things that I found,
there's privilege that comes with looking like me too.
See, that's what she just said.
There's totally privilege.
There's privilege that comes with looking like her.
Totally. And I see the racism. I don't really.
I'm gonna let my niece talk for a minute. Can you slide up a little bit closer? You don't have to be on camera.
I'm not affected, or I haven't been affected by racism in the way that someone would think that a Black woman would be affected by racism. I'm able to see the difference between the way that they would treat me and then another, my peer who is dark-skinned Black. I have a coworker who I'm pretty close with, but I see the difference in the way that they speak to me and the way they speak to her. whereas she's darker skinned. She looks like your average African American. You know, the way that you would think of a black American woman would
Right.
look. That's she's gorgeous to me. She just looks regular to me. She looks like my mom.
Right.
So, but I see the difference there. But I think in my field or my particular employer, I see the difference between a lot of it's like.
Can you all hear her? Sorry. Can you all hear my niece talking? Can you just put a 1 if you can hear her? And if not, then I'll have her speak up.
There's it's like inter-minority racism. It's weird because there aren't so many white people at my employer. It was more minorities, and then there's subcultures within the minorities.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that because they don't know where to place me, they don't.
What do you mean they don't place you?
Because I find that it's separated based on ethnicity at this point. So it's not necessarily because when you look at me, you don't know what my ethnicity is.
Right.
You can't really. You don't say, "Oh, she's Hispanic. She's this. She's that." I'm kind of ambiguous in that sense.
Right.
So because they don't know where to place me, they don't know exactly how to treat me. Now with her, because you can see her and you automatically think, okay, that's a black African American woman, they treat her a specific kind of way. Until they get to know me and know that I identify as an African American, only then is when I would see how the difference. But I say that because at my job there is literally the Hispanic girls and the black girls. And if you don't speak Spanish, it's very cliquey. It's very cliquey.
Right.
But I mean, as far as like spirituality is concerned, I don't know. I think because I'm only now becoming in tune with spirituality, I don't have a huge experience with that, just because I never really thought of it. Never really thought of.
Well, the cool thing is you have your aunt.
Yes.
That's the cool thing.
Yes.
I didn't have nobody, but you got me.
Right. Right. So now it's just, I think I'm just more cognizant of it now, only because, like I said, I'm only now realizing there are certain paths. And then when you take a certain path, you just kind of, now I'm more in tune with, wait a minute.
Right.
That doesn't go. You said this last week, but that doesn't go with that.
Right.
That way of thinking.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, I want to thank my niece Amanda for sharing her thoughts.
There's definitely racism in other religions, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah. Well, that's all part of spirituality. Just because you're part of a religion doesn't mean that you're not practicing spirituality. So religion is usually where people move from into spirituality.
Right.
So usually you have your start with God, with whatever, with spirit, with whatever in a religion, and then you move some people anyway, and then they move out of the religion into spirituality. So yes, there is racism in religion,
for sure,
and there are people that are in religions and they are also spiritual. So that covers all of that, I think, in my opinion. I just want to get back into the chat for a minute. I want to say hello to Duende 1025, if she's still here, and Dr. Rajai, and also Rhonda Youngblood, who's joined us over here on Instagram, because we're also streaming live on Instagram. And my sister Susan said, I want to say hello to G. Fabre, who joined us in the Indigo Room on YouTube. And my sister Susan said, played out is a perfect description, Rain. I too am often astounded that at large, racism is still an issue here on planet Earth. Yeah, as we move into, 5D, we're moving into 5D, I think. As we move into that realm, we can't take that with us. I don't think that's gonna. If you got some racism going on in your body and your mind and your spirit, I don't think you're coming.
Sorry, you can't make this trip.
Yeah, sorry. You're gonna have to wait for the next flight. Katrina Taylor, hi, good to see you. She said, great topic, Sydney. My connection isn't too good. I really wanted to call in on this one. The video keeps on freezing. I'm gonna put the link in for you, or if you're on Instagram, you may be able to call in on Instagram, and that allows you, the link allows you to be able to join us on video through Google Hangouts. So if you want to leave the YouTube chat and click that link, it might be less, I don't know, might be easier for you to link up with us and call in on that way. So that you don't have to call in directly, but you can link in, click that link, and that'll allow you to be in the chat and, you know, join us on the video. So I'm going to, if anybody wants to join us in the video, you can click that link. So just saying, it doesn't just have to be Katrina. Anybody can do it. Susan, you can do it. Also, I would like, if you would please do me the solid of hitting the thumbs up button, because what that does is it allows you to be able to get other content that is similar to the content that we do in Indigo Room, but it also helps us to, you know, get the message out there to more people. So please hit the thumbs up button for the Indigo Room. Anyway, let me get back over here to Rain and Barb. Hey, Barb, can you hear me? Let's see. I unmuted you.
Hi.
Yeah. Nope, I muted you again. Sorry. Let me unmute you. Sorry. Hi.
Hello.
Unmute Rain. Okay. There's an article that I wanted to share with everybody that I found on Susan. Hold on. My sister Susan says, some of y'all non-compliers are going to have to wait for the next ferry. This one's full. That's right. That's all I'm saying. You know, we have to, it is up to each one of us, first of all, to, I feel, this is my opinion. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. But this has been on my spirit for a while. And we have to, no matter what your skin color is, we have to call it out when it shows up. Period, point blank. That's my feeling. And I know I post sometimes a lot of different things that are happening to my brothers and sisters, whites, Hispanics, you know, I'm sorry, Hispanic. Who's that? Oh, Katrina joined us. Let me just, somebody's got music on. So if you have music on, can you just?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Mute.
Thank you, my love.
I'm in a
if you, there's many things that I post on my Facebook page, and then there's so much, let me just say this. There's so much racism right now that I don't post, okay? There's so many things that I don't post. And sometimes people will come into my DMs on the DL and say, oh, Sydney, you know, why are you posting that? Why are you saying that? You know, I'm so tired of seeing that. Well, how do you think I feel? I'm tired of posting it.
I'm tired of feeling.
I'm tired of feeling like that. I'm tired of having, you know, having to see abusiveness that happens. And when I do see it, sometimes I go, okay, I'm not going to post that right now because it's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Yeah. And
I'm an empath. So I have to be mindful that I have to guard myself sometimes because I would be in a ball and just cry.
Mm-hmm.
I would be in my apartment and never come out.
Yeah.
Because it's really disconcerting.
It's draining.
And being an empath and being a spiritual person and having the Indigo Room, and you know, sometimes I feel like, okay, all right, am I going to share this? You know, because there's people that need to see it and let it hit them like it's hitting me. And not that I want to keep spreading and making you feel bad. What I hope that when I post things like that is that you look within your own self and say, what am I doing? You know, how am I treating others? How am I being responsible? Am I putting my head down in the sand and saying, well, oh, that's their thought, and you know, that's on them. I am my brother and sister's keeper. I don't care what anybody says. You can tell me till the cows come home that I'm not responsible, or I don't create in anybody else's reality. You know, I get that on some level, but for me, I am my brother and sister's keeper, period, point blank. So when I see something, I'm going to call it out. Whether it's in the spiritual community that I'm in right now, which happens to be, I remember the first time I went to an Abraham Hicks conference, and I'm in it, and is a sea of white people, just a sea. This is what I do when I know that I'm the only black person in the room. I look around to see if there's anybody else that looks like me. Do you do that, Amanda?
Yes, I do. I sure do.
That's just ingrained in me, because it's the way it is. I'm working on that, but that's the way I am right now. So I look to see who's in the room. And when I looked around, I could count there was 5 of us. And one of the questions that I had for Abraham Hicks, because it seemed to me at the time that was those were the people that they were focused on. And I asked the question, how come, you know, there's only 5, how come there's no black people at your, because when I used to watch the videos, it was always white people. And I was like, you know, if this law of attraction is for everyone, how come you're not bringing this to the black community? She said, well, they have to vibrate. They're not in the vibration, or something like that. They're not in the right vibration, or they're not vibrating. You know, my vibration is higher, or our vibration is higher than theirs, and they're not in the right vibration. That was it. I was done. Okay, so I'm just saying.
That person thought that they were better.
Well, yeah, you know, sometimes people do tend to think that you're better, you know, that they are better, you know, than someone else. And I'm never of the ilk that I'm better than anybody. Never have been.
No, I'm just kidding.
I try to be better than I was yesterday, me within myself, but I'm no better than anybody else. And we all come in and we get in where we fit in. You may have come in at the basement, and I may have come in over here at the second level window. That does not make me better than you. It just means that I came in at the second level window. I climbed into the window. You climbed in through the basement. We're in the same freaking house. Period, point blank. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how I got in. It doesn't matter how you got in. It just matters that we're in. Period. Okay, you know, I get very emotional.
You gotta say period like that.
Period.
No.
My niece said I have to say it like this.
You gotta put
period. Point blank. Period. Okay. She's much younger than me because she's my niece. You know that, right? All right, so I'm going to open up the chat a little bit. Okay. Oh, sorry, Barbara. I muted you by accident again. Okay, so Katrina's joined us. Hi, Katrina. Hi. Okay, now, oh, wait, sorry. I muted you instead of unmuting you. That's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
I apologize for the music. The microphone is weird. And somehow the music is louder for you than for me.
Yes, we hear the music very loud over here.
I'm very sorry. It's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm at, but I'll make this quick.
Oh, you're in a shop.
I'm in a restaurant. I'm in a
Okay, then
restaurant.
don't worry about it. Don't make it quick. Speak your mind, and we'll just deal with music. That's okay. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So when I saw you posted on Facebook yesterday, this topic, it's really important. Hold on one second.
Do you like cucumber?
I'm sorry.
Do you like cucumber?
Just work. Yeah, whatever you feel. That's fine.
Well, you're a whiskey drinker. I can make you like an old fashioned or Manhattan or something like that.
That sounds good.
What you ordering, girl?
Sorry. I apologize. I had a mimosa that
Oh,
wasn't very good. So he's fixing me something else.
yay.
And look, that was a big step for me because typically I either would have left it or would have drank it. You're not complained about it, but
Right.
it wasn't good. You know, so anyway. Okay, this topic. Honestly, I'm kind of done on it because at this point, my experience of the racism that I see isn't ignorance, except for willful. A lot of times, these fragile feelings and whatnot that I experience are just a program. For me, you can't be in this love and light community. It's difficult for me to take it seriously when you're posting some of the most beautiful things, when you're sharing some of the most beautiful, wonderful, enlightened information, but you don't care at all about my experience and how the steps being taken on these paths completely dismiss the problem that you claim to be trying to solve. And so to me, when you're talking about oneness, but excluding completely your own grandmother, these are your ancestors. And so, I mean, honestly, this isn't about white people or black people. To me, the problem is white people and black people. There are no such people. We are human people. And this whole way, this whole path, this journey I've been through for the last few years has taken me into places I knew existed, but I came up against our ancestors' struggle in real time. I came up against people who call themselves my best friend for over a decade and then easily dismissed me as an angry black woman when I challenged their racist education. This is a program, and I understand it's a program. I have nothing but compassion. But when I tell you that this is a program and you're still unwilling to revisit things you know are true because it dismisses granddaddy's legacy. I mean, I don't even know what it is. I'm just done. I have been sucked dry.
Chloe.
And I have twisted myself in knots to the point where I've centered myself as a writer. I haven't even been able to write because I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't have anything to vent about. All I want is harmony. All I want is peace. All I want is to get through my day without someone unconsciously or consciously responding to the color of my beautiful skin. I'm tired. So I don't know what to do about it except to talk about it. Because I can't twist myself in any more knots to not hurt anyone's fragile, superior feelings. I mean, how fucking contradictory is that? And so that's where I'm at. Thank you. And anyone who knows me knows that I love.
Right.
That's who I am. And everything these past few years has tried to push my heart into the beast of the field, to never again see the light of day. Were I not so connected to the Most High, were my heart not so formidable, you wouldn't see me here. There are people probably wondering how I'm still standing. And so I'm gonna go to another place that people don't really want to talk about. The most pain that has come to me have come from people who look just like me.
Yeah.
These last few years, the intentional hurt, just from me showing up, not anything except me showing up, Two people who call themselves healers in the community because I wasn't willing to bow down or idol worship. They tried to destroy me.
Oh my
And I'm telling you, people are using some nefarious means in the name of healing. And it explains why we're in the condition we're in, humanity, if these are the healers. All I found was wounds behind the mask online. And so this is where I'm at. And it got to the point where I realized, honestly, Sydney, thank you for even having this topic. I have so much stuff set up. I've got so much content that I've just not posted. Because
I wish you would.
No one here. It will. It's coming. It's coming. It's got to move.
I love so much, and I know that you have so much to share, and I know that so many of us hold back. But I wish you would, because our community needs you. Period. Point blank. And you know, I know that I've been hurt by people who look just like me too. I've also been wounded more so by people who don't. And for a long time, one of the reasons, I had to go through a massive healing these last 2 years on myself, you know, because I was feeling that way, you know, like you were saying. And, you know, I was like, well, am I a fraud? You know, do I not have stuff to share? What's happening? And so, you know, I really had to do some really deep soul searching on my own and go within and heal within. And Spirit said, no, let's go, right? You have to get back to what you were doing before. You've got stuff for you to share, and we have things we have to talk about. And some of the stuff that we're going to talk about here on the Good Rising Show may not feel good, right? Because enlightenment doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it's Wicky Wacky as hell. So this is why I wanted to bring up this topic today, because I have been in our community, been in the spiritual community, and felt the racism, and it is ugly. When you are saying love and light to me on one breath, and then you're DMing me in another, saying the things that you're saying. See, my thing is, I'll say what I have to say to you up front, and I won't come to you and put love and light on a public place, because if I'm not feeling love and light on a public space, I'm not going to say love and light to you on a public space and then come in at you with DMs. I'm going to have a conversation with you, though. You may not like the conversation that I'm having, but I'm going to have a conversation with you. So I do want to thank you for bringing your experience, because we're going to keep talking about this. We're going to keep bringing this up. We're going to keep discussing it, because it's important. It's an important topic, I feel, anyway.
If I could say one more thing on what you just said in terms of just where the pain comes from, you know, the predominance of the pain for us. And because what I've come to realize is this is much bigger than race. What we're dealing with is kind of a battle of the soul. And it's much bigger than race, but race is being used very effectively to play this out in these realms. I honestly feel, because there really was no such thing as white people as a category until a few hundred years ago, when all the poor people, mostly Irish, ganged up against the rich people. And then after Bacon's Rebellion, of course, we got white people who got a few more crumbs. And so we're able to carry out the will of the rich people. And that's pretty much what we still see in place. So we have to be at a correct navigational point. We have to realize that the system in place is working exactly the way it was intended. So when we continue to try to find ways to make this system work, it's a hamster wheel. That's why we're fighting battles we fought 200 years ago. We're fighting battles that we were fighting 200 years ago, because it's working exactly as it was intended. For me, what I've come to through all my healing is realizing I don't have to convince anyone. All I have to do is heal enough to pick up the walk of my ancestors, to pick up the thwarted progress, and just be it. don't engage as much as I can, because really we're kind of forced to engage, aren't we?
We kind of are.
Forced to engage with it.
I mean, sometimes, sometimes it comes to my doorstep. I didn't ask it, I just, it just shows up. And sometimes it does,
That's the part, right? So, but that's the main thing I can think. That's in these kind of conversations, being able to be honest, because I know that there are white people that are done with this too.
Yeah.
That will get the same treatment if they speak up. This is not a race thing, really. It's a power thing. It's a control thing. And when we remember, it's a battle. It's humans. We're humans.
I agree.
Period. And we all have to get in touch with that. The planet needs us. We're just dismissing her. She's feeling all of this. This is an interactive journey.
The planet does need us. You're right about that.
Yes. I mean, this is so much deeper than we've been taught. And I think it's just really important for each of us to get in touch with that aspect, our own personal relationship to source and our mother, because from there we get clear that we're not spewing our stuff on everybody else. We're able to hear the other person without taking offense. How can I speak about my own heritage without offending anyone? How is that offensive?
I don't know.
Well, because it's a program, and there's a whole nother layer of stuff that we're dealing with when you get into interdimensional stuff and multi layers of influence and interference. I mean, that's real stuff.
Yeah.
That people are dealing with. So, great topic.
Thank you for bringing your energy and your light into this space today and into this topic today. I do appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Cynthia, so much. I appreciate you so much. All of you.
Yeah, so we are still here in the Indigo Room. My live ended. So we're going to be ending today because we're going over as usual, like we always do. So I want to thank Katrina for joining us. Hey, Rain, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, I can't
I
hear
have
you.
something.
Let's see if we can hear you again. And Barb.
Hello.
Hi, Barb. Thank you so much for being here with us today in the Indigo Room.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate all of you.
I really, really thank you for bringing your energy to us today and sharing your thoughts about racism and spirituality and being with us today and being your light that you are, which we love. We love you. And where did Rain go? Oh, what is that, Rain?
Oh.
Hold on. Rain, I can't hear you, girl. Well, she's sharing something with us.
Yeah, can I show you something?
Let me see if I could. Let me see what's going on with her mic. Let me unmute Katrina. And Katrina, I want to thank you as well. I don't know why I can't hear Rain. Let me see. Let me see. Rain?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There she goes. Okay, wait. Too quick with the fingers here. All right. We're going to try it again. Rain.
Yeah.
There she is. What is that?
This is the gift. How pagan is this and how wonderful. It's a candle holder.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's from her dog, Batman.
Oh, that's the gift you got today.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
It's so beautiful. Like I said, she's one of our tribe.
Okay.
She's in the tribe.
Well, we welcome her into the Raise Your Vibe tribe.
Yes, just so beautiful. Oh my God.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we want to thank you, Rain,
I just
for joining
with
us
you.
today and for bringing your experience and bringing your energy into the Indigo Room. We appreciate you. I say we thank you for being here. And hopefully we'll see you all on Wednesday night. We'll be here Wednesday night we'll be here Wednesday night from at 9:30, and we are going over the I Am Discourses. We might throw in a little Neville. I don't know, because I've been enjoying Neville this week. But we'll be here from 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific, and then you can figure out what time schedule you are, in between that. So that's Wednesday this week. Next week is my birthday. This is my birthday month. So I celebrate my birthday for like 30 days. If you would like to subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so that you can know when we go live or when we upload new content. We want to say hello to Linda. She's traveling today. She's in St. Louis, I think she said. Yeah. So she'll be with us on Wednesday. She's not with us today, so we want to say hello to Linda. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to you, Katrina. Happy Mother's Day to Barb. Happy Mother's Day to Rain. Happy Mother's Day to my sister, Susan. Happy Mother's Day to Wanda, Jackie, who's in the house as well. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone who's been, I was going to say curves ahead, but that's you.
That's me.
That's my niece. My niece, Happy Mother's Day to my niece, who's a wonderful auntie to.
Better respect me. Respect my auntie.
She's a wonderful auntie to all her nieces and nephews.
I don't like them all the time, though.
Yeah, well, you don't like me all the time, but what difference does that make?
I love you all the time.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Weird.
She doesn't respond to her messages, for crying out loud. I'm so shocked that she's here. I'm so happy.
You know what's so funny is everybody says the same thing. I'm trying to do better.
Yes, you are. You are trying to do better. So I do appreciate that. And my sister Susan, your niece is here. Can you believe it?
Happy Mother's Day.
She said Happy Mother's Day to you, Susan. And if you would like to help us move the Indigo Room along, you can send us a love donation on Cash App. It's $ the Indigo Room, or you can send us, a love donation to PayPal. And again, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So we'll see you next week, all right? We'll see you. We'll see you on Wednesday, okay? Love you. Bye. Bye.